Welcome back to Hot Swappable Gaming. Before we get started and kind of what we're doing, even though probably the title gives you all the spoilers for what we are doing,
What are we doing?
that'll come later. Anyway, an update, Hotter Swap, despite what all of you may think, is actually not doing all that well. Thanks to our generally about maybe 20 to 30 viewers each time, that it's almost not worth our time to keep it doing because it's not really gaining any traction. Maybe we'll revisit it in the future. So this may or may not be the last Hotter Swap that we do. In the meantime, we are going to keep going with the Ruby stuff because we are going to be, doing a Ruby D&D. And so stay tuned for Ruby Revisited. That's what we're really going to be focusing on the next little bit. Don't forget, we still have our hit series, The Tales of the Misfit Ninjas, which I'm in every episode. And so, keep watching them and shut up, Shiro.
Erica is too, yeah.
So is Erica. Hajime's there, Kono's there. It's all fun.
I've never missed an episode.
Hashtag Awari is everybody. If we can get that trending on Twitter, I'll throw a pizza party for everybody.
For everybody.
I was gonna say, when you say everybody, you mean like everyone that has letters.
Being the potential last Hotter Swap, I did say we were going to give a game away from the last one. Whoever commented, we did announce the winner in the Ruby video that we put out.
It's Brian.
Brian, the one commenter on that page, so he had no competition. So congratulations. We still need to get that to you. We're actually not sure if you can message us, so just leave a comment how we should get that to you. Anywho, over to Mike to do a big introduction.
Yeah, we're doing Sideways 8 battles.
Sideways 8 battles.
And we're going to get started now. So the premise of a Sideways 8 battle is...
Connor's cringing.
Well, it's not even just that. On my screen, you said, now over to Mike, and over to Mike, and you pointed at me.
Well, on my screen, I go I'm trying to go over you, over to Mike.
You pointed directly at me on my screen. So it just looked like a comedy of errors. This is the story of how our protagonist, Thanos, tried to save the universe by gathering these stones so that way he can make a sacrifice that is truly worthwhile to, save the universe.
Is this the one that Batman dies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why not?
Half the people. Cool. Odds are 50-50. Batman's dead.
I'd rather Superman die. Well, you know what? That brings up a good theory. Would Superman die because he's not technically from Earth?
Yes. Because it's reality. Doesn't have to be Earth. Although if he's the only Kryptonian...
Would only half of him disappear?
Does the Infinity Gauntlet round up or down? All right. So, of course, let's start at the beginning. Infinity War starts out with a distress call about the Asgardians being attacked from Thor Ragnarok. Where then we cut to seeing Thor tied up, tons of dead Asgardians, and the protagonist of the movie and his minions, Thanos, and his children. I don't remember all of their names. I remember Ma. That's it. So Loki's there. He's trying to make a deal with Thanos. Hulk attacks Thanos. Thanos proceeds to do something that I'm so happy about, where he just kicks Hulk's ass. It's what I've been wanting for throughout the entire MCU so far. But that happens, then Idris Elba teleports
stop you right
Hulk.
there. Hulk is the greatest Marvel character of all time.
That's the Hulk?
The Incredible.
He's just he's a little green behind the ears, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I'm Captain America. I have a shield. Oh, I'm Thor. I'm a fucking god. Oh.
Calm yourself.
He's a demigod, thank you.
I have a hammer. Oh.
Actually, he doesn't have a hammer anymore. Come on. That's part of the plot of the movie.
Well, fair.
Yeah, let's just skip to the ending. No, let's go to the
So-
order.
Let's just to the ending.
Yeah. I'll get rid of you.
So Idris Elba teleports the Hulk to safety and dies for it. I can't remember his character's name. That's why I called him Idris Elba.
The gatekeeper,
But what's his name?
Exactly.
Idris Elba.
Then Thanos. Oh,
Not good. Continue.
then Thanos gets the second Infinity Stone, and Loki tries to trick and deal with him again, but he gets choked the fuck out. I don't think he's gonna say harder, daddy, to that one.
Maybe he did. But the void of space silenced it.
You do know he has dialogue when he says that, right? So, opening thoughts.
It's just very unrealistic. There's no way the Hulk would be beaten. Loki dying is probably one of the better things for the Marvel franchise, not for their sales dollars, because people love Tom Hiddleston.
Well, he's getting a show.
He's getting a show?
Yeah, it's assumed to be a prequel.
Why?
Because people love Loki.
Fuck Loki. He's a dick.
F you.
Anyway,
But he's a lovable dick. And who doesn't love a lovable dick?
His conversation's over.
anyway.
Take 4.
So it's pretty cool. It definitely sets the scene. So, little side note for me. I saw Infinity Wars before I saw Ragnarok. So I was all sorts of fucking confused.
So like you missed the build up from like the end.
I
of
missed
Ragnarok.
the complete the whole thing of Ragnarok. Yeah? Why is he missing an eye? Oh, didn't see Ragnarok.
Well, even if you did see Ragnarok, it really doesn't explain why he lost that eye. She like slashed his eye and somehow yanked it out in that process. Really just didn't make much sense.
They just
If you're a demigod, it
wanted to
would
make
make
him
sense.
look like a dad. His dad, I guess, but
Fair
So
enough.
I was all sorts of fucking confused. And I was like, why am I confused? And I realized I hadn't seen the one before this. So I was a little annoyed at that. However, it worked out. I didn't actually expect Loki to die. Or to be choked. Like, I thought it was going to be another illusion.
Or just some fetish play.
That too.
all right.
It was a dark opening. It was
Yeah.
like seeing
It
it
set the
open up
scene.
with these two characters that we've known this whole time getting fucking wrecked. Which I still can't remember Idris Elba's name.
But
I've-
not
I've
only
heard of
just
it.
getting wrecked, like, we don't even see Thanos in full power. Like, he has two stones. That's it.
What'd you say, Mike?
I'll put it in the chat, but you're probably not looking at the chat.
Heimdall, that's his name.
Heimdall the Great. You're
Let me
right.
Get
You're
that
right.
fucking message. Mark is red.
Mark
I don't understand
is-
how so many chat messages still have trouble recognizing when you've read something. So I figure before we get too far, we've been introduced to the children of Thanos. I don't remember their names, except for the Maw, but I figure let's talk about our opinions on each one just right off the bat. Just get it out of the way. Don't wait for their deaths. They die. Let's not wait for it. Let's just get out of the way.
I think they're
So-
interesting.
So let's go one by one. The Maw.
I don't remember what they all.
The Maw is Squidward.
Squidward.
He's the magician.
Well, if we're gonna go forward in the movie as well, I think he's an absolute fucking badass. He's got some cool shit. But in the beginning,
He's the guy he's just the hype man.
No other being has ever had the might, nay, the nobility, to wield not one, but 2 Infinity Stones.
yeah, he's just kind of like he knows he's not strong enough to beat him, so I'm gonna join him type thing. I'm gonna make sure people fear him and act all tough, kind of like Bull and Skull from fucking Power Rangers. They're not very strong, but they're dicks.
I think Ma is probably the strongest of the children, with the exception of the assassin guy.
Well, yes, but compared to Thanos, he's not.
I don't know. I feel like without the Infinity Gauntlet, I feel like Thanos could get his ass kicked by the Maw.
Yes, but there's the thing. He has the Infinity Gauntlet.
Right, but I feel like there's that love that stirred up somewhere. I don't think it's like fear of Thanos. I think it's he just genuinely loves Thanos.
Maybe. We'll never know.
It's probably described in the comic about them, which none of us have read.
No. Like,
No, we're not
Oh.
fucking nerds.
Rip.
Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
GG. Comics go like too far in depth. There's
The
well, I would
comics,
say too
there's just
far
too many of them.
in depth.
I can't keep up. I wouldn't know where to start.
I tried
Well, this
one
one-
issue,
With this one, there's only one you need to read.
the one where they actually win.
There's the whole comic series dedicated to just the specific crew for the movie.
Oh. But anywho, I think Squidward's pretty cool.
Mike?
I agree. I didn't really care too much for them, but
Yeah.
Hey, we're going one by one here, so it's okay. We still got plenty of time. A giant bulk hammer dude.
He's very much like... He reminds me of the Thing from Fantastic Four. All muscle, but kind of stupid. Like, it's cool, but
He's probably he's my second least favorite of them. I really didn't care for him at all. He opened the way for some interesting moments, like him being destroyed on the force field or his arm being cut off, but that was it. Mike?
yeah, because he's like
Oh.
the goblin type guy, right? The big guy.
Yeah.
Let's just put it this way: he's a Silas. Stupid but bulky. Oh, Thanos. Oh, I'm Silas.
yeah, you
I'm gonna
really got
kick
some.
your ass.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Like every time
Motherfucker.
you got like a personal vendetta against Silas.
I love just fucking with Travis. That's all it is.
Any opinions from you, Mike, on the big guy?
Next, I didn't really care too much for him. So my responses are gonna be pretty close to the same for each one.
How about the girl?
Dude, she's just fucking like, if she was like a decent fighter, like, she would be super OP, which, I mean, she is a good fighter, but like, her fucking spear is insane.
That was the assassin spear.
Are we not talking about Proxima?
The other chick, which
Is
is like
There's only one
sister.
chick, but I thought the spear was the guys.
Who
That is Proxima, which is the guy. Yeah, you're thinking of.
is
I
that?
think
One?
you are actually thinking of the other dude.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm talking about the chick.
No, I'm talking about Zach. He's thinking of the dude with the spear, which is Proxima.
That's her name is like Proxima Midnight.
yeah. Never mind.
Maybe I'm tripping.
Any thoughts on her?
No.
No, apparently not. I can't think of her.
She really is there, I think, just to give the team inclusion value. It's like they needed to not
They
appear
have
sexist, so they hired a female and was like, "All right, we're good." Because she literally contributes nothing in the entire movie aside from the occasional scathing comment about someone's romance. Or
Yeah,
being
they
just
had
the female female antagonist for the other female protagonists to beat.
They had a lot of characters. They had to try and develop each one, give them all the moment. Oh,
Except they just didn't try or do anything with her.
Oh, I remember her. Yeah, she didn't do shit. She's just all about boosting the other guy.
So, and then let's get to the other guy. Dude with the spear.
He's a fucking badass.
I like him. Mike? All right, same for Mike on that one, I guess. His fucking weapon is super hardcore powerful. I don't know much about the comic where he gets it in, but apparently it's like got the power almost equivalent to Infinity Stone.
Yeah, and he's also a very admirable, not admirable, but like admittable, like fighter to the point where he can probably kick anyone's ass.
Mm-hmm. He was beaten. He pretty much beat anyone in a one-on-one fight. It was only when they got 2-on-1 that he finally lost.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, it was against some pretty cool people too. Like,
Mm-hmm. All right, well, that's it for the children. A lot of good, a lot of bad.
what about the other children?
There was only 4.
Gamora and Nebula.
I'm talking about these specific 4.
Just because they're adopted.
Moving on.
Real
So
quick, Google says Proxima Midnight, the girl, has invulnerability.
That's probably comic stuff.
Yeah.
I
when?
don't know if they follow
Because she sure as
exactly.
shit never shows it.
No.
Oh man, I'm about to die. Let me use my invulnerability. Oh wait, I just imagined having that power.
Different universe, different power. Easy.
Oopsie poopsie.
Too greasy.
All right, so then after we see the characters die and Thor being left stranded alone on the about to be obliterated space station that he's in, we then cut to Hulk, who is flying through the what's it called?
Like the bridges?
Yeah, the Rainbow Bridge,
Yeah. This
the Bifrost. That's the Bifrost. That's what I'm looking for.
the Bifrost.
I like that rainbow bridge.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And he ends up crashing into Doctor Strange's house as Bruce Banner with the warning: Thanos is coming.
Yeah, they stole that shit from Game of Thrones.
Maybe.
Winter is coming.
Darkness is coming.
Darkness is coming for us all. The long night. So then we cut to Tony Stark and Pepper Potts, and they're talking about kids.
Tony, you gotta stop running off and doing shit. Don't try to control me, bitch.
That's not quite what their dialogue was about.
Kind of close.
I mean, he was saying, hey, you know when you had a dream where it's like, I have to pee, and then you wake up and you really have to pee? I had that, but with kids. So are you pregnant? And she was like, no. He was like, oh.
My dreams are usually right. It's like...
If I throw money up your... I'm not going to say that.
All right.
So then Doctor Strange comes in. Casual, hopping in. No one even bats an eye. Everyone's like walking around in the background and they're just not paying attention at all. And yeah. So Strange ends up, pulling Tony in, telling him about Thanos, telling him about the Infinity Stones. The Infinity Stones.
Insanity Stones.
The Insanity Stones. And then, learn exposition. And they discuss about finding Vision. But of course, not that easy,
They went off the grid.
You've been gone for a spell, haven't you? Me and Cap fell out hard. We broke up like a band. Like the Beatles? Really, really metaphorical. It's not metaphorical at all. It's literal. It's a statement to compare.
I'm resisting here.
I'm not even making a pun. That was literally the dialogue from the movie.
I know!
So then, while they're having their conversation about what to do and, whether or not they should do certain things or not do certain things, like destroy the Time Stone. I made the vow that I would always protect the Time Stone.
This movie made me love and hate Doctor Strange in more ways than ever.
I hate him morally. I love him when it comes to his power.
See, exactly. I love seeing how badass he can be. But I absolutely hated how he's. You got a hall pass? Shut the fuck up, Doctor.
Is this his character?
Yeah, he's annoying as fuck. Connor fucking loved playing as Doctor Strange in all the games too.
You can grab another character and teleport him through a wall and
Yeah,
break the game.
Yes, we cheated the game. It was great. We found a loopholes. In the movies, he sucks.
He does
Morally.
not suck.
Morally, he sucks.
He
He's
absolutely.
not a good person. He's a fucking cunt. Even when the whole thing is like, I'm changing now. He's, what's the first thing he does when he goes to see his ex? Oh, I'm dying. Please save me. All right, now that you're saving me, I'm going to go have an epic ethereal battle with this guy who's trying to kill me ethereally. Wah.
Jeez.
So then when the attack happens, we see, the attack on New York. It was New York, right?
Yeah, it's always fucking New York. Why are you asking?
Sometimes it's...
Always New York.
There needs to be an attack on Boise one day.
I agree.
Maybe
All the,
someday.
all the rednecks are gonna come out and be like, "We're not just gonna stand here and watch and run."
Is an illegal alien. Bang, 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 bang.
I know.
But anyway, so the
We need
attack
to
on-
build a wall over the goddamn atmosphere.
Shut her down.
What
So, Doctor Strange, Tony, Peter, and the minions all, have a big old fight, everything that happens. Tony and Strange walk up with Wong. They're like, hey, who are you? Well, you look like Squidward. Meme jokes. And then the Maw and Big, Tough, Rough, and Hammer. And then they have a fight. It's a pretty cool fight for a little bit. Everything with the Hammer guy, it's kind of... Who cares? But everything between the Maw, like especially when they're flying around and he's grabbing Doctor Strange. It's like, all right, this is pretty cool.
And he is completely fucking countering him too. Like it's not even a contest.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you truly get the feeling like they're fucked. Like these Avengers have been able to kick everyone's asses, but they're fucked now. Like it's there's just no competition. Like they are getting their asses reamed.
Maw's not even really fighting. He's just like, all right, I'm picking up my box and I'm going home. That is all I'm here for. It's like, oh, great, now he's flying away. His cape is sentient. It's taking him away. Oh, let me go follow him. This jerk's stealing my box. And then, Peter comes in. Spider-Man, he's like, hey, Stark, what do I do now? It's like, all right, that's the wizard. Get on it.
Go home, Peter. Go home.
Go home, Peter.
Because in the end, I mean, that's really what it is. It's
Mr.
like,
Stark. It's like Lord of the Rings.
in the end, it really is about like, hey, Peter, go save that guy. Then get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You are in over your head. Because, Peter Parker is Tony Stark's son.
Sure.
I love... There's a fun joke that you'll see here and there from people who talk about Spider-Man, where it's like, everyone in the world knows who Spider-Man is, but Spider-Man, like, they just try and humor him all the time. Because, he hops out of the bus, he's full on, like, this is the school bus. There are cars around. There are cars right next to him looking directly at him. He's like, all right, put on the mask in front of everybody. It's like, oh, there's Peter coming out of his apartment. Sorry, Spider-Man coming out of his apartment again. All right, good luck, man.
Ridiculous. Like, maybe in the beginning, because it was like, all right, it's just like this. Like New York, so it was like it's probably just like this weirdo in the suit. But then, like after he's known, like yeah, like we know Spider-Man. Like you're putting on the suit. Yeah.
Well, like, it doesn't help that he legitimately, while he's on his school bus, gets spider senses.
It's just goosebumps, you know, passed off as puberty.
Yeah.
Could be done.
So, yeah, they have their whole little thing. Peter starts chasing after the Maw-Maws back in his ship with Doctor Strange. Big guy's off in I don't know, the Arctic somewhere. Maybe Antarctica, who fucking knows. Peter Man.
Peter Man.
Spider-Man is following up into space the whole time. There's a whole bit where he's losing oxygen. I really enjoy that dialogue.
We're too high up. You're running out of air.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mr. Stark, it smells like a new car in here.
And then we see the mecha spider suit. I don't remember what it's called. What's it? The Iron Spider?
Iron Spider.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a cool suit.
It's a badass suit.
Yeah.
And Tony and Peter both stow away on the ship, on the spaceship that's now flying, with Doctor Strange and the Maw on it.
There should be no repercussions for this whatsoever.
But before we learn those repercussions, we cut to the Guardians of the Galaxy on their way to a distress call from the Asgardians. And their whole introduction, I think, is fantastic. You know, it's got the joking space opening. And then playing the song Rubber Band Man.
I love Guardians of the Galaxy's music choices.
I love the... Did you ever watch the South Park episode where they were like trying to imitate the what was it? The Thing? It? That was it. It.
No, I haven't seen it.
Because like during that time, recently we've had a whole bunch of like 80s movies or 80s shows popping up where they're super popular and they've always got this really good music. Like, yeah, we're gonna go do this It style. You know, we're gonna put on Pandora or Spotify or whatever they said, and we're gonna have an 80s radio station play. And it's just like, it's got Pac-Man fever. It's like all these things that are just completely killing the mood. It's like, come on, the next one will be fine. The next one will be fine. It's like, God damn it, dude, the 80s suck.
Gee.
There's only a few good songs comparatively. All these ones that we remember, they're the best of the best, and there's 1,000 million other shitty ones.
Fair enough. I need to watch that episode.
It's funny. But yeah, then lost my... Where am I? Oh, there I am. They come across the site. They see everything's destroyed. They're like, what the fuck? Then Thor smacks...
Yeah.
He smacks him the windshield. I was like, oh, gross. It's a bug. Let's get it off. They bring him inside. He wakes up. They have their fun little dialogue.
It's one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Where Gamora has the hots for him.
So everyone in that ship would bang Thor. The only one who's in denial about it is Peter Quill.
True. David Bautista would too.
Mm-hmm. He's not a guy, or he's not just a dude. He's a man. You're a dude. What? Come on. Come on, Peter. You're one thing away from being fat. It's true. Which, I don't know. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Drax was way too literal. Like, it was too comedic. But in this one, it's perfect.
It was perfect. The first and Infinity War, I think, were perfect. Number 2, I completely agree. They over-exaggerated it.
And so, Thor tells them, it's like, hey, what's going on? This is what happened. I've got to do this stuff. Got to kill Thanos. And she, it's like, oh, Gamora's the daughter of Thanos. He's like, what the fuck did you say to me? And then they start justifying her and say, yeah, she hates him just as much as you do. It's like, all right. I've had family trouble too. I get it.
But my
Let's
favorite
bang
part
later.
is it's like, guess where we gotta go? To Earth!
Well, they're not going to Earth yet. First, they got to go to nowhere.
Oh, that's true. That's later. You're right. You're right.
They actually never go to Earth in this movie.
You're right.
They decided that half of them are going
Since
to go to nowhere, and the other half are going to go to Nidavellir. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, to get Nebula, right?
Not to get Nebula. They're going there for the hammer.
Yep.
And then the other's going nowhere to try and get the Infinity Stone that's with
Yep.
the Collector.
I remember what you're saying. Yep. That's my bad.
Which I love when he brings up Nidavellir. He's like, that's a made-up word. All words are made up. He's right. He's fucking right. And they go their separate ways. So then we cut to... Oh. Were you going to say something? Okay.
No.
Then we cut to Vision and Scarlet Witch, who were banging on vacation. And then they start learning, they're talking about making a life together. We're going to be together forever. Or at the very least, the remainder of the movie, hopefully.
Oh, honey.
Quite abruptly.
I can tell you, the worst case scenario is that one of us, is that I die. Nothing worse can happen than that, right? It's not like I'm going to die twice. I mean, that'd just be crazy. But, they're talking about their life, and then they learn that, oh my god, Iron Man's missing. Alien attacks. Oh my god, we gotta go back. We gotta go back in time. And the DeLorean rolls up. Fucking old man opens up the window. He's like, hey, get in. It's a really weird turn for the movie.
If that really happened in the movie, then I would give him a 12 out of 10 instead of a 10.
Great Scott.
But in fact, okay.
You can go. Go ahead, take away.
No.
Raise your head.
But in fact, take 3. What the fuck?
Raise your head.
Anyway, but what in fact happens is they get attacked themselves. But by who?
Doc Brown.
Marty McFly.
Oh, that's it. It's what? Are you Chicken Vision? Buck.
It's on his hoverboard and skates away.
Chicken. Just flies at him.
Gosh.
Alright, they get attacked by girl nobody cares about and really cool dude. What's his name? Primordial? Proxima Midnight.
But Proxima's the girl.
Fuck, what's his name?
So I think Zach was right.
I know I'm right. I googled it.
I think she is a chick.
Proxima?
I haven't seen this movie in a while, but yeah, let me take a look at this.
This is why I was so fucking confused. You made me Google it, and I was right, but then Connor's like, no, her, I'm Connor.
No, Corvus Glaive. He's the guy with the spear.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
You fucking twat.
All right, we'll come back to this. We'll probably edit over this.
It's Black Dwarf, who's the big guy, Ebony Maw, who's the magician, Proxima Midnight is the chick, and Corvus Glaive is the dude with the spear.
Okay. You're wrong, but okay.
He is a prominent member of the Black Order.
And so is Proxima.
I'm not saying she's not. They're all part of the Black Order.
Well, wait, I guess now I'm confused. Like, are you saying Proxima is not a girl, or are you saying Proxima is the one with the spear?
I'm saying Proxima's a girl.
That's what I'm saying.
But
But according
Corvus
to Google,
has the
she
spear.
has a spear. No, you fucking twat. No. Glaive weapon.
Glaive weapon? That's Corvus Glaive. That's not the chick.
like
So
by
what are you describing as a spear exactly?
his weapon is a glaive, and she has a trident type
Yes,
thing.
a glaive is a spear. It
But
pretty much
but
is.
on Google they call it her trident a spear. Not a
Okay,
glaive.
I mean, I guess it is kind of well. No, I guess they are different. I mean, fundamentally they are still they're both spears, but
She
Not a
does
fucking
wield
spear.
a powerful spear, but it's still not it's still not the really cool spear.
It's still a spear, and you're like, nah.
I don't remember her fighting with a spear. Plus,
She
even if
doesn't.
she did fight with a spear, then there's
No,
only the one spear that matters. That's Glaive's. Glaive's
I know.
glaive.
Yeah, his glaive can cut atoms, according to Google at least.
Well, lucky for Vision, his name's not Adam. All right, well, back to
I don't know if
where
that
we
was a
were.
two-parter or like I don't know. Just go on, continue.
But Corpus, I already forgot his name.
Corpus.
Corpus Glaive. He ends up
Corvus.
stabbing.
Jesus Christ.
Corvus Glaive attacks Vision with the spear, as it goes up behind him, stabs him in the back. It's like, oh my god, I've now been nerfed by this spear because the plot needed it to happen, so they made sure it did.
Oh gosh.
How else do you kill an ethereal being? You don't. Which it kind of, they really nerfed Vision hard in this movie. He really doesn't do shit.
Nah, he gets fucked.
But
He
I
just
still
gets-
like him more than half the characters.
He still consistently just gets his ass kicked. Probably more than anyone in this movie.
As he finally does a little bit at the very end. Or like when he kills Corvus in the end.
You know what I just realized?
You have a book on that shelf?
I own Thor Ragnarok, and I rented it on Redbox.
Don't put it back on the shelf. Put it on your desk. You got a Blu-ray drive, DVD drive?
Not
Okay.
right here. I have it. I mean,
No, your computer
one
drive should
is-
be Blu-ray.
Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Oh,
Yeah,
might
you
be.
can. Your computer should
It
be
might.
Blu-ray.
Okay,
Mine is.
I've never watched a movie on this thing. So
All right, we're gonna end this early. Go ahead and pop that in.
I've already seen it. I rented it on Redbox, but I'm upset because I own it.
Oh yeah.
Some people like to spend $1. Some people like to spend $2.
Man,
Hey,
there's
that's
a lot of
Last
shit
Jedi.
I don't realize I own. Yeah,
Did you also rent The Last Jedi?
yeah, I have The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens.
Did you rent it?
No, but I have the best. It's
Oh,
a
my
three.
brother got that recently.
It was $2 at Shopko.
Damn, my brother spent more than that.
Well, I didn't. It's not Blu-ray.
I mean, then what's the point? Who gives a shit if it's
I
not
also
Blu-ray?
own each season of Video Game High School twice.
All right.
We should get back.
McGuire or what was his name? Garfield?
Garfield or Lizzie McGuire?
No. McGuire.
Toby Maguire?
Yeah, McGuire or Garfield.
Maguire.
I was like, what the
This episode has just derailed.
Lizzie McGuire ass Spider. Yeah, let me see if I can find that. Actually, let me see.
Let's just fucking continue.
I need to calm down for a moment.
I'm gonna put money this somewhere.
All right. We good to get back into this?
Oh, greatest movie of all time.
Unaccompanied Minors. Thoroughly enjoy that movie.
Never
We
seen
need to
it.
do one more hotter swap.
Yeah, I'm down.
Hey, we're
I'm
feeling?
always down for rewatching that.
Hotter Swap Revisited. Anyway,
I'd like that name more than Rewind.
that's fair. Anyway, so Scarlet Witch are fighting Corvus, Glaive, and the twat who does nothing.
And what's her name?
Proxima Midnight.
Damn it! I was hoping I'd be able to get back at you for that.
Correct.
I Googled it.
Well, I did too, but I already forgot.
Mine's still open.
What's the big guy's name again? Black Dwarf.
I don't have that open.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so they keep fighting, and eventually they get led into a train station where they see a figure through the train that is already going by. They had no reason to look up, but they still did anyway. Because, of course, it's the Cap. But he's no longer the Cap. He's now... I forgot his
Go on.
name.
Mercenary? I don't know. I don't remember his actual name. But it's his other alias. He's still Cap. He's Cap without following the laws.
Highlander?
I don't...
Why
Man,
not?
this is
Let's do
just a fucking train wreck.
Captain America, new alias. I spelled alias wrong. The Nomad.
The Nomad.
He's the Nomad. And, of course, the first thing that they decide to do is throw the spear at him. That's pretty cool, you know. It's like, oh, fuck you, dodge out of the way, catch. What's up, bitches? Yeah, applaud me. Ringing it in. And then, you know, along with the help of Black Widow and
Oh my god.
and
Bucky?
friends.
Go on.
Bucky's not with them.
Well, the Falcon.
Falcon, that's what I'm thinking of. Along with the help of Falcon and Black Widow, they force the people back. And then they get raised up by a tractor beam. And then, you know, even though he's got a firm grip on that spear, he just lets it go. I'm the Nomad, and like you shall now be nomadic. Be free! Oh, wait.
Get that spear to the vagabond.
Ah, shit.
Goes where he will. Once.
So then we cut back to the Guardians. Gamora is telling Star-Lord that he may have to, that he'll probably have to kill her if she becomes caught or anything like that. And
He's like, no.
he's like, I'd love to, but and she's like, no, hey, this is serious. Don't be a fucking fuckwad right now. He's like, fine, I'll kill you, Jesus. And then they land in nowhere and confront Thanos. It's an interesting moment. Like,
yeah. Poor
they
man.
did exactly what Drax, what I wanted Drax to do when they saw him, which is they didn't, like, Drax wasn't like, all right, I will stick to the plan. It was like, no, this is revenge. This is what I've wanted. I'm doing it.
He killed my family.
And then Mantis puts him to sleep. But then that alerts Thanos that they're there. And Gamora then breaks plan. She breaks the stances that they all held, the positions that they had agreed upon, and tries to kill Thanos. And it tries to make you think that she did. Did you think she actually did the first time?
I honestly thought she did.
It would have been interesting to see where the movie would have gone from there.
I didn't think that she killed him. I thought that, like, I don't know. Because, like, yes, I believe that he was dead, but, like, I also knew there was a lot of movie left.
Mm.
But I didn't expect where it went.
I was like, where's this going? I know he doesn't die here, but that's a fucking throat wound.
They did a good job of planting the seeds of doubt.
Thanos is a regular Owari.
Good old fashioned war.
Fuck Olari.
And Gamora ends up being caught. She's crying over the person who she thought she killed. But then the real Thanos is like, guess what? I've already got the stone. Now reality can be whatever I want. And he grabs Gamora.
And well, you forget that like the scene around them changes to everything is destroyed. They are in nothing but a fiery blaze. Like, oh, Thanos really was here, and he fucked shit up because he got the reality stone.
Yep. Reality can be whatever I want. But then Star-Lord's like, you let her go. Should just fired right then and there. He's pulling a real Han by not shooting first. Am I right? Am I right, Han fans?
Hey-o.
You watched the original version. I want you to know, if you watch the original version, Han did not shoot first. He shot second. Greedo just sucks at aiming.
GG. I'm
Take
not gonna
that.
claim to be a solo fan. Cool, but
Then he, back on track here. Sorry. Then he goes to kill Gamora, and it's like, oh man, Bubbles, reality was changed. And Thanos just like, I like you. You tried to kill my daughter. We got a lot in common.
Haha. But then what happens to the other two?
To the other two, well, they go back to normal, and they're like, oh my god, what do we do? I assume the other two you meant Drax and Mantis. Okay.
They get fucked up.
Yeah. But yeah, after Thanos leaves, they come back to normal, which is good for them. Otherwise, they'd just be like tinsel for the rest of their lives.
They
It's
got
good to
fucked
know.
up.
It's good to know it's got a radius. But then we cut back to Rhodey, aka War Machine / the Iron Patriot, depending on what you want to call him. And he's getting his ass chewed out by the fucking I was about to say the patriarchy. I'm the politics. Grr. And Cap comes in, and he's like, "Yo, what's up, bitches?" And the political dudes, he's like, "You arrest him. You arrest him now." He's like, "Yeah, okay." Turns off the channel. I just broke the law, and I'm gonna get court-martialed. Let's do this.
yeah, he was done.
Yeah. So then Bruce reveals himself. He's like, "Hey, guess what? I'm back." And Natasha's like, she gets like
Brucey?
full-on erection. Her clit was standing tall.
That's very descriptive.
Jesus.
Go on.
You want me to
Please
cut that, or?
No,
No.
please continue. I need more details on exactly what transpired here.
If you were looking for like a good source of water, you just put the cup under, like between her legs, right then and there. I should have said liquid, not water.
You made your choice of words. His impulse.
Straight up Dasani down there.
So anyway, then we cut to Wakanda, where we see the Black Panther is getting Bucky readied for the fight.
Here's your arm back. Sorry.
Here's this present that I bring you. All right, well, what do you want for it? Your life. Your life is mine now.
Easy.
Yeah, it's not quite that brutal. He's like, all right, where's the fight? I understand what this means. Let's get into it. No nonsense.
Yeah, the White Wolf.
Which I think is pretty racist, you know?
I was honestly waiting for you to say that already. But then you start off with that, and I was like, oh, you just kind of keep going. The offers after the game.
Oh, well, you know. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make the joke.
Can
But then
understand.
But we cut back to Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and Spider-Man all on the spaceship. Ma's torturing Doctor Strange. Spider-Man reveals himself to Tony. He's like, hey, I'm here. He's like, this is exactly where I didn't want you to be. He's like, well, I'm here anyway, so let's see what we can make happen. And anyway, they blast the Ma off the ship into space, and he dies. Like a bitch.
Hey, one of my favorite scenes though is where Spider-Man meets Doctor Strange.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. I'm Spider-Man then.
And they start discussing their plans. Should we go back to Earth? Should we go to Titan where we're already on the way and try and ambush Thanos? Tony makes a compelling argument. At least this way he won't expect it. But of course, Strange is like, all right, I'll do this. But if it comes between choosing you, the boy, or the stone, I'm choosing the stone. And I'm a man of my word. Nothing in the world can make me break that. So then we cut to Thanos and Gamora. And he's being full-on daddy Thanos. Like literally. Like that's not a sexual innuendo or based on current, political terms or climate. That's just, just being a dad.
I'm sorry.
I always wanted the best for you. I always hoped that you would be the heir to the throne. I did all this for you.
Oh, Daddy.
And your sister, which, by the way, I've got her right over here. And here. And here. And here. And we learned that Gamora knows about the Soul Stone. It's interesting, he's like, I taught you a lot of things, but I never taught you how to lie, bitch. Doesn't say bitch.
What's your disrespectful tone?
That's why you're so bad at it. It's like, it's on Voromir. It's on Voromir. Just go to the planet with 3 arrows in it, and you're fine.
Shut up.
I'm just happy that the joke was gotten.
With Sean Bean.
Yeah. That's actually what the planet looks like if you see it from a distance. It's just his face.
And what do? They
Winter is coming.
go there.
They
But when they get there, who do they run into? Red Skull.
Which, that completely threw me off guard. I completely forgot that he was still alive.
I knew he was there. I read spoilers, and I was upset.
You read
Ooh, look at me. I'm Zach. I read stuff.
I'm not Silas. Oh, I don't read.
Wow, see? You doing it again?
Yeah, I had
But Red
no
Skull's
idea that he
there.
was going to be there.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I can't have it, so I was sent here to protect it. Many have tried to get it, but they don't get it. You know what you have to do, Thanos. You gotta kill something you love.
Oh, wait, I remember. I do have a note here.
You love.
We'll get back to that then.
Just kidding.
So we cut to Thor, Groot, and Rocket.
Groot.
Thor breaks down a little bit. He's going like, I've lost everything. There is literally nothing left for me in this planet or in this universe other than revenge right now.
And Rocket's like trying to console him, but he's more egging him on because he's Rocket.
Once Thor gets real emotional, then Rocket starts realizing, oh shit, if this guy here is feeling all this shit, we might be fucked. But he's like, all right, hey, you know what? Here's an eye. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, but not in this situation, because I'm literally giving you an eye. I'm making the world less blind.
Just want to let
You
you know
see?
I got my hand here on the end call menu.
And then they arrive at Nebadlir, the Forge, a dying star.
And they see Tyrion. I was not expecting that.
No. They walk in, everyone's dead. They see a blueprint of Thanos' gauntlet, and then a fucking giant dwarf throws them around. And it's Tyrion Lannister. I mean, Eitri.
Jeez.
And we learn that he made the gauntlet that Thanos has been using to kill everybody.
But don't worry, Thanos thought of everything. He turned his arms to stone.
It's kind of weird that he killed everybody, knowing that his whole rule is only halvesies. She also brings up the question, like, we can get to it later.
But then you say indiscriminately, just like half of all life, or I guess on every world. So yeah, I guess that would have been.
But right then, like, he wasn't killing half the people in that world. Like, even before then, he's been doing the kill half the population to make lives better. But he goes up to this place, is like, I'm just gonna kill everyone, except for you. I'm just gonna make it so that way you can't ever get in the way. So unless there's another forge out there with another 300 dwarves on it, and he went there and just killed one of them, I don't know.
That'd be real likely.
Space Stone gets over there. Hey, what's up? Hey, you. What's your name? My name's Greg. Hey, Greg. Bye. What the fuck was that? I still only killed Greg. Don't give a shit about Greg. So then we cut back to Nebula. She kills the guard, frees herself, tells the Guardians to go to Titan. That's all that cut is. Cut to Titan, where Tony and crew land. Well, they crash. And they confront the Guardians, and they have some fun little back and forth banter. Let me ask you this one time. Let me ask you this one time. Let me ask you this one time. Where is Gamora? Who is Gamora? Why is Gamora?
It was a cool scene. I just, it was just like filler. Like, stop arguing.
I like the comedy of it, and that was it.
It was funny, but like, I was just like, okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's see some more fighting.
That's joy.
Yeah, I can understand that. But I do like the whole little bit. It's like, what master do you serve? What am I supposed to say? Jesus Christ? You're from Earth. No, I'm not from Earth. I'm from Missouri. That's from Earth, dipshit. That's on Earth, dipshit. Yeah, that happens. Then we cut to the forge where they're planning on making a new hammer/axe known as Stormbreaker. And we cut back to Titan where they're planning to fight Thanos and get the gauntlet. They have their plan. They're talking about all that. And then, that's like, all right, so what should we do? Let's, have a dance-off to save the universe, like in Footloose, the greatest movie of all time.
Is it still the greatest movie of all time?
It never was.
I love the look. What the fuck is wrong with you from Peter? From Peter Parker from Spider-Man. And then who the fuck's this kid from Peter Quill? This fucking child thinks he knows movies. Absolutely on Team Spider-Man on that one. Who gives a shit about Footloose?
I don't like Footloose.
Mike?
Never saw it.
So you don't like it. Okay.
You seem to have negative opinions, so.
It's just, it's a movie about dancing.
It's about a kid who goes to a town where they ban dancing.
And yeah, there's metaphors in there and stuff like that and
So
all that, but it's still, he's a rebel. Therefore a traitor. He's part of the Rebel Alliance and therefore a traitor.
I can get behind that. You see this movie now.
And so then we see, Doctor Strange. It's like, all right, how many visions of the future did you see? 14,605. How many did we win? Just one. I think that's a little bit bullshit of a bullshit number. I feel like they could have won at least 10 times out of all that.
But it also proves how legit Thanos is. And I read some crazy theories that Doctor Strange actually went back in time and this timeline is really the one that's actually that he saw winning. It's a crazy theory.
Well, he can't go back in time.
Pretty much can't influence it. Not like that.
No, but the timeline that we're seeing is the one that is the timeline that wins, and all the other ones were failures.
Yeah,
I'd hope
from the point of origin.
I'd hope that was his whole plan. Was like, it's not so much going along with these plans because I think that they're going to succeed. It's because I know that if we do this one, we have a shot at it.
Yeah, and so it was a crazy theory that, yeah, he's a little twat, but he's actually doing it to make sure that they win. So
That stuff. That just don't like him. Not even a little bit.
I think he's great, but he is a piece of shit as a human being. So then we cut back to Gamora and Thanos now on Vormir, where then we saw the Red Skull. They started talking about, the Soul Stone demands a sacrifice. And so you got to give up someone who you love, or got to give up something that you love. And Gamora's like, "Oh, you dumb bitch! You don't love anything, loser, loser, loser!" And Thanos just turns around and he's just crying. He's like, "Really? You're gonna fucking go cry and yell for your mom, you little bitch?"
well, it's like, you're crying because you know you lost. You can't get it because you only love yourself. And nah. And then, of course, Red Skull. Those are not his tears.
So those tears aren't for him. Those are for you. And I was 100%. When I saw him crying, I was like, "Oh, Gamora's dead." This is what happens here.
Yep.
And she starts freaking out. She starts going. She grabs the knife, tries to kill her, recognizing she can't kill him. Thinks she might have a chance that way. Nope. Bubbles.
Throws her off the edge.
Fucking yeet.
Yeet.
Sad. It's probably a meme. Meme about it.
Oh god, that's funny.
In terms of the movie, though, it does it changes your perspective about him slightly. Like, yeah, I don't agree with his method of destroying the universe, but at least you can see this guy has a heart.
Oh, you can tell he has human features.
And it also lets you see his conviction. It's not that he's doing this because he thinks it's necessarily, because it'll make him happy. He's doing it because it's what he thinks is right.
Yeah.
He's one of the few bad guys that it's like, I see his point. I like him.
And those are the best villains, in my opinion. The ones that you can be like, "Oh, fuck, this guy, I might want him. If he won, I'd be okay with it."
I wouldn't. I want to be dust.
Well, Mike, there's only a 50% chance you will be.
Yeah, but I mean, it's 50% chance.
I take those odds. Listen, it's either not a problem, or I don't have to worry about it if it is.
But yeah, what if after he does it, he's like, that's not enough. I gotta do this one more time. Let's cut that down to 25%. Then you guys smaller.
Let's see, after he does the snap the first time, he's like, "Oh man, all right, well, there's this catchy song on the radio. Oh yeah. Oh shit."
Is there an undo button?
Rewind.
Control Z. That's the command.
That's what I should have done for YouTube Rewind.
For the most recent one.
That was a recent piece of shit.
Rip.
It was bad.
It was terrible.
#1 most disliked video on YouTube.
That's what makes it popular.
It's awful. Anyway, back to Cap and crew. We have their arrival at Wakanda.
Big epic fight.
What was it?
Big epic fight.
Somebody get this
Yeah, but
man.
before we even get that, yeah. And they walk up. I love the whole little bit of wait, so he's a king? Should I bow? Yeah, absolutely. No, you don't do that here. Just he goes to smack him. It's like, "You jerk. You, this guy, this rascal." And, Give the man a shield. Brace, was it? Man all defenses. Blah, 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 blah. And so, we shall go to war.
Oh my goodness.
And so they have that whole little vision discussion.
And you see some badass technology, though.
Mhm.
Like, you saw it in, like, Black Panther, but, like, that's some cool-ass weaponry.
Not exactly practical, but it is cool. Which I'm going to get on that here in a second. It's one of my big criticisms of Wakanda in this movie. But when they're having their quick vision discussion, I do enjoy the little bit of, Bruce is like, yeah, we tried to do this, but it's not working because of these reasons. And she's Shireen, is that her name?
I think so.
She's, why didn't you program them to work collectively? And it kind of felt a little forced to me. But at the same time, I love just the look that Vision gives Bruce because it goes, why didn't you? Just didn't think about it.
Didn't
all
really
right.
know I could. Like,
look at the blissful naivety of a child, and it's right. Fuck. I dedicated my whole life to this. She's like, what, 12?
but she grew up in Wakanda.
Mm. Well, we see them manning their defenses and everything, but what defenses do they grab? What do they do?
Spears.
Spears that are also guns. That's the best they've got?
They're primitive people.
But they're not. They, like, Shireen herself has gone into research about weaponry specifically. We don't even see the rhinos in this movie.
Nope.
You're asking too much, all right? You're asking too much now.
The entire technology that they have in this, I just question greatly. Because even when, in this next little bit that happens, they're sending down these massive structures from the spaceship to land smack into the ground. One of them smacks into the shield, and it's like, well, why did that not breach the shield? Later on, we're going to see just these little grunts clawing their way through it just by their hands alone.
With like force.
But I'd argue there's a lot more force coming down from that spaceship.
Maybe high impact force is mostly negated, or I don't know. I don't want to get too far into the real physics.
That's fair. I didn't think about that. You're right, huh?
There are like things with like a large surface area can't actually penetrate.
Since I saw the spaceship run down, I was like, okay, they're gonna be fine. But I don't know, maybe someone teleports through, something like that happens. maybe it's stupid enough that they didn't put it underground, which they didn't. Don't know why you wouldn't put the shield underground.
Said you're asking too much, all right?
There are just so many flaws in their defense that these people who are so genius, and which a lot of them are, and they're very smart, but I feel like a little bit more war prep would have gone a long way.
They haven't had to do this before. Like,
And that's the justification behind it.
they've
Even
been
though they
left
are, like,
alone.
Even, they have the warrior tribes. You feel like even they would dedicate at least one scientist to the concept.
Nope.
Yeah, and imagine how that fight would have gone if they were actually prepared.
So, oh no, they're coming down. There's the fucking railgun. Boom! Spaceship's down.
Like down. Yeah, I was gonna say like, whoa, I waited like 5 minutes.
But you got to think about all the shoulda, woulda, coulda. You can't dwell on that.
I will always dwell on shoulda, woulda, coulda. We can get into that with Ruby, but we've already discussed that.
Barely scratched the surface.
Fucking pointless PTSD piece of shit.
Wow.
It was just such a waste of time. I'm sorry. But before everything starts happening with all that, before we start seeing all their technology in action, the remaining children of Thanos, they come up and they're like, hey, we're going to talk. It's like, hey, give us the stone. We got no problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if Thanos wants war, then we will give him war. We will get, we will show him. If he wants blood, there will be blood. I don't remember the exact line. And she's just like, we have blood to spare. Spaceships coming down, smacking everywhere, not breaching the shield. But then we cut back to the forge, and they're trying to ignite the star again because the star for the forge has gone out.
Mm-hmm.
And so Thor, he fucking grabs it and starts yanking it open, taking the full force of a star to reignite the forge.
I thought that was pretty cool, though.
It was
It's a metal
badass
scene. Just get it metal because they're heating metal. Anyway, then we got back to the Wakanda prep. All right, I even made a list of issues that I had with their technology of Wakanda. Force field, grunts, the breaching, underground. But then we...
I'll give you a forceful argument, possibly. It really, because we can't really get into the discussion because the physics isn't real. But hey, I think that probably will work different. I think they probably designed it that way. So things like, like people think a force field is going to be broken after a certain amount of force. But they probably created it so that people would think that, but low forces can actually penetrate it versus high. Like the greater the force, the less likely you're going to be able to breach it. But that's just theory. There's like no way to improve it because how they even exactly into it.
It is all theoretical physics, so you're right. There are arguments that can be made, but I still, it's still just some of those issues that I have. Specifically, there's nothing that I can think of that justifies the not being underground. But,
I can't say anything.
But anyway, Thanos, the children of Thanos send out a whole bunch of, the CGI grunt minions. Which is whatever. I really didn't care about it at that point. The fight with this group, with the children of Thanos versus Cap and friends, it's probably my least favorite part of the movie.
It was lackluster.
It was just to show off, like, here's everyone and what they can do.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that they weren't fighting Thanos, because what would Black Widow do against him?
Like, nice flex, but okay.
Let me go and do this fucking flip attack on him. Oh god, it didn't work. Oh, yep. Oh, there's my back. Yep. Snapped in two. Hello, darkness, my friend. But then back to Thor. He's finally, he's opened up the forge, but he's almost killed because of the fucking
star.
Because of the, I don't know what word I'm looking for. He's almost killed from it. Thor really goes through some shit in this movie. Just got to say that.
Yeah, he does. He's the real MVP.
Mm-hmm. Just a damn shame. Yeah, we'll get there. But he's dying there. He's really going through some shit. But he finally gets saved with the axe, where Groot finally does something in the movie other than playing video games. Goddamn millennials! I tell you what. Or Gen Zers. Which I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Groot becoming the handle. I remember, I watched a lot of media on this, and, I remember, I watched, what was it, fucking CinemaSins? It's like, oh, Groot just cut off a limb to make a hammer. It's like, oh, why the hell would he do that? No fucking kid in their right mind would do this. It's like, motherfucker, I would do that if I could regrow the arm.
Yep.
I was gonna say, I was like, wait, what?
His whole thing is that he can regrow.
Like, we don't even know if it hurts. Like, even if it does, it doesn't matter.
I've heard a lot of criticism about the entire little Thor bit there, and I was like, I don't see it. I love that part.
See, I liked it. I thought it was pretty genius.
I mean, he finally gets the axe, and then Bifrost. And yeah, back to Cap and crew.
Yeah. Oh no, go ahead.
Back to Cap and crew. The good guys are getting overcome. They're finally, everyone's being surrounded. Bruce and the Hulkbusters being, completely climbed on top of. It's, oh no, what do we do? And then the fucking intro of Thor. Bro,
and it's fucking metal.
It's a cool intro.
He's wrecking shit.
Just the lightning going through, freeing everybody. You know, the whole, oh, you are screwed now.
But for real, like, he goes fucking ape shit.
Bring me Thanos. Which, by the way, shout out to lightning-based one-man army types. Really got to say, I'm a big fan of that stereotype.
It's fucking stupid.
GG.
I think his intro is one of the best moments in the movie, though.
I think the whole fight scene with Thor is just one of my favorite scenes from the movie.
Yeah.
It's one of the most memorable.
Yeah. Well, then we cut back to Titan, where Thanos is now meeting with Doctor Strange. He's like, Ma's dead. This day extracts a heavy toll. Well, tell me, where do you think we are? Let me guess. Your home? It was. Meme.
Meme.
Guess. Your home? It was. And it was beautiful. Titan was like most planets.
But he talks about his whole plan to purge half the planet, you know, completely unbiased, everything like that. You know, equal to poor and rich alike, no preference based on age, any shit like that.
I'm literally just trying to save the world.
I like Doctor Strange is like, congratulations, you're a prophet. And he's like, I'm not a prophet, I'm a survivor. I was just trying to do what I understood was necessary. And they called me a madman for it. Now look at him. This right over here was Greg. You remember him? So he starts talking about, you know, blah, blah, blah. Doctor Strange is talking about, you know, blah, blah, we will defeat you. He's like, we. And then the big epic fight happens. They work in tandem.
Glove off.
They work in tandem really well in this fight. Like I like the way that they combine everyone's powers and all that.
Yeah.
You don't get that from the Cap fight. The closest thing you see is when Bucky lifts Rocket Raccoon and they're shooting from both sides.
Yeah. See, it reminded me a lot of Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Combining powers and like, but they just did it in such a flawless way where like they almost just kind of understood what needed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a typical superhero moment.
And the whole thing was, you know, stop him from closing the hand. We got to get that glove. We understand that this is what gives him his power. Let's do everything we can to do that.
And they're
Nebula
almost got it.
And Nebula flies into the battle too before all that actually happens. But then they get him on his last legs. So the cape is wrapped around the glove. People are pulling it off. Mantis is, you know, trying to put him to sleep. Everything's happening. And of course, nothing could go wrong at this point. Who would screw something like that up? Nobody. An idiot, maybe.
Nobody in the universe would screw that up.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody from Earth would screw that up.
Specifically, Missouri would screw that up.
But wait.
Where's Gamora? My name's Peter Quill, and I'm Star-Lord. Where's my girlfriend, jerk?
She's dead. Okay.
She has a justified reason to be mad, but
I mean, fucked the whole entire operation.
Hey, come on, dude. Check yourself at the door. You're fighting a fucking god. Let's be rational men here.
He's one of the few people I was okay with being eradicated after this movie.
I was like, yeah, you fucking asked for that now, didn't you?
Like, why could you not have waited until after they removed the gauntlet? Like, yeah, like I'll be kind of like, yeah, the movie's going in this direction, but come on, man. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but she absolutely he fucked him.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people justify. It's like, no, this is what Doctor Strange saw in the future. It's necessary, and that's fine. But this is also one of the moments of how in the fuck is this not another one of the 16 million possibilities here? How is this not possibility number 2 of they just get the gauntlet off?
Yep. Exactly. And like you can, if you pause it, like you can see it's like almost off his hand. Like
They literally are pulling off, and then he finally comes back to reality. And he grabs it again with just his fucking thumb.
mm-hmm. So stupid.
It was enjoyable. I was like, oh shit, are they actually going to manage to do it? It's not how I expected. Figured it'd be a lot more, but all right.
Yep, I agree.
But then he has his epic moment where it's like, all right, I've had enough of this shit. Moon.
Yep.
That's such a fucking cool moment.
It all comes crashing down.
Oh! Then we cut back to Earth where the team continues to kill their CGI baddies. That's where they have the Raccoon and Bucky moment. Thor and Cap have their little dialogue. It's like, I see you got a haircut. See you copied my beard. This is Tree. I am Groot. I am Steve Rogers. Which I love that dialogue. And then Scarlet Witch magics her way into the battle. Once again, look at that. Someone who broke the plan. And because of that, Vision starts getting attacked again. Which I want to say, I really liked Shuri. That's her name, Shuri. Shuri.
Yep, you're
not
right.
Shireen,
Yep.
not Shuri. Not Shireen, Shuri. There we go.
Yeah, sure.
Because she's pretty much just like working on Vision, and then she sees that the people behind her are getting killed and cut away. And she's like, "Oh shit! I need to work. I need to work. I need to work. Oh shit! That's not stopping him. Grab the gun, turn around, try to fight." I really love Shuri in that moment.
She's a badass. She's one of my favorite characters.
Ugh. Great moment. But of course, Vision is like, "Oh, I'm up, bitch," and throws against there, having their little fight. We see a couple of other little fights happening. Like there's the girl battle, which is Okoye versus Scarlet versus the minion Proxima. This might be the only part that's more boring to me than the CGI baddies.
That's fair.
Like it was fun seeing Scarlet Witch, seeing Black Widow. That's what I'm talking about. I said Scarlet. I meant to say Black Widow.
I know where you were going.
But it was fun. It was fun finally seeing her involved in a fight. Or no, I remember seeing her involved in a fight in Iron Man 2. That was really fun. That's like when you first see her taking down the whole hallway of bad guys.
Yep.
Well, fucking Buddy or whatever his name is takes down the one. I got him. Did you? Fuck. God damn! I'm not fucking with you again.
Well, Black Widow really is a badass. Just not
She
against.
contributes nothing in this movie. I'd say she hasn't contributed for the last few.
She contributed in
Go on.
Ultron.
That was the last one.
Yep. Because Civil War, she was just kind of there.
All her
I mean-
her whole purpose was, oh, look at me, you're Hawkeye and I'm Black Widow and we're on opposite sides. Except I'm now going to stab Tony in the back. Good luck, Captain America. You're definitely not a guy who has destroyed people's livelihoods just this battle alone, let alone destroying the entire fucking airport, you piece of shit.
Damn.
I really hated Captain America's
think that
entire
too.
side in Civil War.
That's fair. I completely agree.
Scarlet Witch, people only hate you because you aren't learning to use your powers in a constructive way. You're right, I should throw cars. People pay for these things. Fuck you, Tony. Fuck you.
Jesus.
So personal level here. All right.
I hate the entire Cap and crew in that movie throughout the most of the movie because they just don't give a shit about anything about like in terms of cost or how it's going to make other people's lives harder.
Yeah. I mean, since when superheroes don't really ever care about that stuff, but
Fucking Tony does.
yeah, in that movie,
Yeah, Tony's cared about it the entire time. Sure, he's a piece of shit in his past, but now he's better. Mostly.
I guess.
I mean, look at what's going to happen here in just a moment. We'll get there. So Bruce, Bruce kills the other minion, puts the Hulkbuster hand on him, grinds him up against the force field. It's like, wow, it's weird how the force field didn't get breached by that. Mark shaking his head before I even finished. He knew where I was going.
Well, I knew he was gonna bring the force field back in here.
Cap saves Vision, kills the minion. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the minions there. Oh yeah, sorry, the chick loses because she gets squashed by a car.
Easy.
Does she really?
It's not the car. They have those things that go under the shield,
Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
gets grinded up in that.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, the children of Thanos are dead. Woo. All right, so back to Titan. Spider-Man's collecting everybody, trying to get them all together. Doc and Thanos are having their epic fight, which is cool as fucking hell.
It's cool.
Oh, the mirror dimension, the butterflies, the double team attack that he uses with the whips. If he was in a Pokemon fucking style show, he would have gotten maximum points from the judges that way.
Fair.
In any contest.
And then, Thanos is still pushing him back, and then that's when Tony comes in. Well, here's the line, you throw another moon at me, and I'm gonna lose it. And Thanos brings up the whole, Stark, you're not the only one cursed with knowledge. I think we're gonna find out what that line means in the next movie.
I hope so.
But the two then fight, and Tony seems to actually be the best person against him. Even throughout the entire thing that was happening between Doc and him, Tony's the only one who actually has injured Thanos.
This movie entirely, Iron Man, I've always been like, the movies are cool. He's not my favorite. The movies are cool, though. This movie really made me be like, I think I like Iron Man almost the most.
He's so great in this movie. There is not a moment that he is wasted in this fucking movie. He's got his whole nanotech armor. He's doing the, blocking the shield, or using the shield to block the gauntlet. Goes up, slams his hand into the ground, punches him, gets the drop of blood. All that for a drop of blood. Another me moment.
Well, it's true, but I made.
They say
all
drop
you
a
need
cum in the meme a lot.
That's
Sorry.
I'm done.
I saw Mike looking down. I just had to finish that while he was already disappointed.
But nonetheless,
it.
I mean, they really do you just made the number one enemy in the entire Marvel universe almost bleed. But besides Galactus, but I don't know if they'll ever bring him into play. But nonetheless, that's a pretty good feat. I'll give him that. I don't know. I think it was one of the coolest fights of the movie.
Mm-hmm. And then the fight keeps going, and then he has that one where he creates the, the claw kind of thing, and he goes to stab Thanos. Thanos just grabs it, rips it off, and fucking stabs Tony. I gasped when I first saw that. I was like,
but, see, I thought, oh crap, they said one major character is going to die. I thought it was going to be him. I thought he was about to die right there, because there's been reports online that, this is one of the last times you'll see him in this role, but so I honestly thought they were just going to. That's how they're doing it. Bye-bye.
He's got the whole line, I hope they remember you too with that fight.
But I think Thanos too also kind of had a little bit of respect for him. You're an admiral fighter. I get why you're fighting me. You're worth it.
Sometimes the people who you respect the most are the ones you have to put down. Ain't that right, Shiro?
I didn't see any respect there. The moment you killed Fubuki, it was the moment I realized you didn't care at all.
You want to know a fun fact? You're not wrong. Mari never gave a shit.
Can spare one wolf. One adolescent.
You need to send a message sometimes. Anyway, so Doctor Strange propositions Thanos. Spare his life, and I will give you the time stone. Completely contradicting himself earlier, which of course I'm pretty sure we can attribute that to his seeing the future.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
He
this
saw
is
what he
how
had to
we
do.
win.
Yep.
This
Tony
is
has to
how
live.
we win. Not by killing what we hate, but by protecting what we love.
Why are you the way you are?
GG.
And so yeah, Thanos gets the time stone. Quill starts coming in, guns blazing, like, I'm gonna get you, and then he just steps out. It's like, you are not worth my time, Quill. Fuck off.
Well, like he pretty much was like the fuck off. Like I'm gonna flick you away.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a fly in here. Who left the door open? But I think that's also where Quill also realizes, like, I'm very undermatched. Like, he's in a rage moment, but like he's like, I don't stand a fucking chance.
And he has that line where it's like, did we just lose? And everyone's just like, even no one wants to give him the time of day. Tony turns to the doctor and he's just like, why'd you do that? It's like, we're in the end game now.
Is that a spoiler?
Remember how they kept like the name of the fourth Avengers movie secret because it was gonna be a spoiler? What the fuck does Endgame spoil?
It's the end of the game.
There's no reason to keep that name under wraps. It was fucking stupid that they did.
I'll agree.
My brother called that out. He was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be stupid. They built up so much around it that now when the name's finally released, it's just gonna be worthless. And it was.
It's not gonna live up to the hype they built.
So back to Earth, Thanos arrives and everything's quiet. And he just fucking demolishes everyone. Throws most of them off with just the tiniest flick of his wrist. It's like, you're not worth it, you're not worth it, you're not worth it, you're not worth it, you're not worth it. With just a whiff of my magic gauntlet. Whiff of my magic gauntlet. And the only one who really seems to stop him for a moment is Captain America. It's like, oh, look, you're holding me. It's like, oh, well, this is... You're strong. You're not strong enough. Punch!
Like, good job. Your whole body stops one of my hands. Yeah. I've got 3 other limbs.
And 2 other fingers. Flick, flick, flick. And,
But there were just, in this movie entirely, like, I just felt like there were so many moments where, like, all right, here's the end of him. Okay, never mind. Here's the end of him. Okay, never mind. Here's the end of him.
And Scarlet Witch finally kills Vision while this is happening, while they're just trying to keep him at bay. You know, Vision's like, it's time. There is no other chance now. Save the universe.
But see, I got a lot of respect for Scarlet Witch in these moments. Like, she is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when she uses her power, she is a fucking beast.
Just a damn shame she didn't kill Vision earlier. I mean...
Can you blame me, though?
I can. Vision was saying, do it. Kill me.
And she does, but don't... Like, the thing is, like...
She cared about him. The person, yeah, she wasn't the person that was like, she wasn't one of those people that I'm gonna weigh the universe against this person's life. Like, she's gonna be the one that chooses the opposite of what I think a lot of people would choose. Which is one life over the entire universe is what she started off with.
And that's that whole Captain America quote where it's like, you know, one life can't get in the way of, you know, in the way of millions. Cap's like, but it should. And
see, like, my thing is, like, it was this point where I thought it was like a turning point. Like, okay, the movie's gonna end here in just a moment. Like, they kind of just foiled his whole plan. Vision's dead. He was the last stone. Foiled. Full on Reynolds wrap aluminum. Like, but time stone. Thanks, Doctor Strange.
It's a great turn.
You get to relive his death again.
And she's like coming to terms with like seeing exactly what's going on. And she's like, no, and then just fucking bats her away. It's like, congratulations, you're worthless again.
she did exert a lot of power. I'll give her that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can imagine me. I mean, they're all tired. Maybe
I mean,
not
granted,
Thor,
had she
but-
just done it earlier, it wouldn't have been as much of a problem. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't not to like project an image of heartlessness, but you tell me, hey, this guy's coming. He's the most powerful guy in the universe. He's gonna kill you and everyone you know, and all you have to do is kill the person you love to save it. I think I'd do it.
Thanos did it.
I don't think anyone can do it. Like there are people who have like the
Thanos did it.
opposite value. Yes, he did do it, but everyone
would've
wouldn't
done
do it. Everyone would not have done it. You can't take every single person, and every single person is not going to make the same decision.
But I
She
can still
chose-
fault them for it.
You can fault them for it, yes. I'm just saying. She was the person that chose the one life over
And look where it
Until
got
the
her.
end. Until the end,
Wow,
and she
look how
regretted it.
far she got with it.
So anyway, they get the what stone is it? The life or not life?
No, that's the Mind Stone.
Mind stone.
But before he even does that time stone, he has that one line that I want to mention, which is like, I understand, my child. She's like, how could you ever understand? He's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Oh, you lost someone you love. I've lost fucking a ton of them.
To be fair, she also lost her brother.
He's lost people too. More than just Gamora.
I mean, I agree, but still.
And his whole line when he builds up to the turn. But now is no time to mourn. Now is no time at all.
Zoop! You're alive. You're dead.
The way he kills Vision is brutal. Just fucking crushes his head, pretty much. Ugh. But, yeah, and then, of course, Thor comes in now. Not earlier. Comes in now. And he, yeah. Fucking stabs him. I love his little bits like, yeah, I've done all this whole movie for revenge. Yeah, I told you I'd get revenge. I told you you'd pay for that. Ooh, what you gonna do?
You should have gone for the head.
I love the slow build up to it too, where it's just like he's just trying to get the energy to say it. Should have gone for the head. No. Oh snap! And you have Thanos in that soul realm again, and there's Gamora, little baby Gamora. Like, what did
Daddy?
it cost?
Everything.
Yes.
It was such. I love that scene though.
Mm-hmm. And then it cuts back to him where he was. And Thor is just like, what did you do? What did you do? And just fucking teleport.
In the beginning.
The beginning of the end. And it's fucking people start dissolving.
It's
Starts
like,
off with Bucky.
and it's depressing.
Hey, Steve. Man, was just like, wait, what? What? What just happened?
Thought he was safe.
And
Oh.
there were some people who really shocked me that they died. Black Panther is one of them.
I
I
think,
thought-
and Nick
like-
Fury too.
Mm. But like when he was reaching down, like, today, this is no place to die. I thought that she was going to dissolve. And he was going to be like, what the fuck? When he went down, I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, it really. There was no selection process. Like, fun fact, you know who did not die?
Drax.
No,
Oh, wait. Gamora. Oh, wait. Loki. Fuck.
Rip.
the original Avengers.
Mm-hmm. What was the hardest death for you?
Are you kidding me,
I think we can all agree, but I'm curious.
Mr. Stark? I don't feel so good.
Yeah,
Same
it had,
for-
like the biggest impact.
That it was the most like real. Like he just killed a kid.
Groot's was also super sad, but I'd say that one
Yes.
was sadder. And that Groot one was also like, holy shit, they're killing Groot? What the fuck?
Yeah, from all life.
And it's fucking Spider-Man when he went. I'm sorry. Because that's like the entire thing that Tony didn't want to have happen. I don't want to be responsible for your death. And even though you could argue he's still not, because the snap, it's likely still would have killed Spider-Man, it's still just like a fuck. I'm now alone here with this blue alien android. And everyone who I love might be dead. And then
Yeah,
we cut
really,
to
that's-
Thanos' farm.
Yeah, as I say, it's Thanos' farm.
He's just looking at the sunset that he talked about. Admiring life and being happy where he is.
Yep.
And that's the end of the movie. It's like, fucking Thanos will return, bitch. Not the Avengers.
And then the extra credit scene.
Now, I love the way they did that one, where it's just like they're chilling, they're just doing their own thing. So there's me and the girl whose name I don't remember. It's like, all right, we've got this stuff happening. Let's, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden just a fucking the helicopter crashes, or maybe it was the car crash first.
But
There's the car crash and then the helicopter crash.
And he knew immediately what was happening. He's like, Thanos is here.
I'm not sure if he knew what was happening. He just knew that there was something so grand that he couldn't comprehend it. He was like, I have to do something. There's only one thing I know what to do in this situation.
I think he knew myself, but
I don't.
But I was so excited when pager and he called her. I was like, finally.
He almost got that one last motherfucker in too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
waiting for it.
mother.
They played us all.
I thought it was a great scene.
Mm-hmm.
It left a lot of people who had no idea what that meant, wondering who the heck did he call? But those who
Miss
knew,
Marvel.
they were excited.
And
I'm
Captain
excited.
Marvel. It was really weird that he was calling a DC hero, but I was like, all right, whatever. Let's see what happens.
GG.
So,
Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel. They're both Captain Marvel.
Well, yeah, but just in terms of like just so we can identify each of them differently. Like Miss Marvel.
I mean, they're both captains. To treat them as anything else would just be disrespectful. So, any future theories?
I mean, I believe everybody who was snapped away is going to live, in that they're actually in an alternate reality where they were taken, and they're going to they're going to figure out a way. They're going to figure out a way to come back somehow. I don't know how, but
That's an interesting theory.
I think they're just in an alternate universe inside the stone.
This is an interesting theory.
Any from you, Mike?
No
The alternate
theories
universe theory is one that
whatsoever.
I've thought about as well.
It's
It's
one
like
that
in
makes
the
sense
Spider-Man
because
Far
you
From
saw
Home
two.
trailer.
Like, you assume there's like two Thanoses. Like, there's the Thanos that ended up as like teleporting, but then little Gamora could be in the Soul Stone, and that's who he's talking to. Like, see, that's my theory: is that in the Soul Stone is where all those souls went, and they are in the Soul Stone as well.
Could be.
Yeah, because they basically cracked open the multiverse, so that's
Mhm.
a possibility.
But I don't know. That's my theory. I have no idea. I mean, I know that Spider-Man is just based on they've already announced another movie,
Yeah, with Black Panther.
and technically Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, like, I honestly have no clue how they're gonna.
It's gonna be interesting. Any smaller theories? Think when Tony gets home, anything's gonna happen?
That
All I heard was robot voice.
Pepper Potts is gonna get pregnant.
Oh, I think she's dusted.
Oh, I think I have a feeling she's dusted as well.
I think
I
that'd
also-
be like just the icing on top of the cake of like I
think
need
it's what's-
some form of stability in my life. Pepper.
I think he's gonna
That's
go
it?
like berserk Iron Man. And I think to save Pepper, who I have a theory that Pepper is already pregnant, she just didn't know it. And I think Iron Man is going to have to save everybody. He's going to be the one who. I
What if
think
the-
he's. I think
what if
Iron
the-
Man's going to die, and she's going to have to raise their kid, and that'll be like the new generation of Iron something.
That could be. What if the
But-
kid got dusted?
It's potential. That's weird. Just a whole bunch of ew. One thing I will say,
disintegration.
the kid from Iron Man 3 is confirmed in the cast.
Really?
Yes. So it's potential. There's another Iron something. Because that kid, Iron Man clearly took a liking to that kid too. Just saying. There's a future for Iron Man, and it's not.
Iron Daddy issues.
Yeah. So the big question here, Connor, best boy and best girl.
Swap.
Best boy is Tony. Tony
Best
will
girl.
always be my favorite in the MCU. Almost always. Best girl, that's a tricky one.
Scarlet.
Probably Shuri.
That's fair.
But all right.
What about
Scarlett
what about
Johansson
you,
didn't contribute anything to the movie. Yeah, she's hot, but I mean, even then, she's never been my type. At least not when she's blonde. When she's redhead, okay, redhead's my type. Not blonde, not for her.
Michael?
Thor, Scarlett Johansson. Easy.
Not even Black Widow. Just Scarlett Johansson.
Refer to her by name.
So I'm going to personally go best girl, I have to say, is Scarlet Witch. I think I finally saw her true sheer power, which I thought was cool.
Mhm.
Best boy is Hulk. And here's why. He was one of the few who was not able to use their powers, but even though he's just a little scientist who is pretty much useless without being the Hulk, he stuck it out. He stuck it out and he helped them.
All he had to do was just use one of Tony's suits. On that same note, you know who else is really great for that exact same reason?
Who?
Brody.
Mike, hot or swap?
Swap. It's hot. It's hot.
Connor?
It's going to be hot for me. This might be my favorite movie of all time.
It's not my favorite movie of all time. However, I'm going to also go hot. I loved Infinity War. It lived up to all the hype. Yeah, it had its moments where it's like, but that's bound to happen in a long movie. I think it's one of the best movies of 2018, and I think it just, the second one's going to be even that much better. So.
Well, and that's a collective hot.
Spicy.
Well, so thanks for watching this run of Hot or Swap on Infinity War. Maybe we'll see you again in this show. Maybe we won't. Thank you to this month's patrons. Your support goes a long way, and we appreciate the love that you show us.